Did you know House Party is going to be rebooted? Yeah, apparently HBO Max will reboot the franchise later this year, starring Jacob Latimore and Tosin Cole. But as we gear up for the next generation of House Party antics, let's pay homage to the 10 OG House Party stars who are no longer with us. Up first is Gilbert Gottfried, who was a beloved comedian known for his signature voice and crass humor. He made his debut in the early 80s as Saturday Night Live cast member before scoring one of the biggest roles as the Parrot in the Disney classic Aladdin. Following year, Gilbert joined the cast of House Party 3 and was credited as the luggage clerk. Now, Gilbert would have other roles in movies like Dr. Dolittle, How to Be a Player, Spongebob SquarePants, and more before passing away just a few days ago, actually on April 12, 2022, at age 67. Apparently, he had been suffering for years from a disease called ventricular tachycardia, which is a really big word and a rare disease that affects the heart muscles. Also featured in House Party 3 was R&B and pop sensation TLC. In the movie, they starred as the fictional group called Sex as a Weapon. The film follows Play as he decides to manage this group and book them for a major show. It was actually their first film role as a group. Now, we all know Lisa Left Eye, who has had other roles in other shows like Living Single and Cousin Seeker. Well, she's our number 2 on the list, and we all remember her being a sole victim of a car accident in 2002 while she was filming a documentary in Honduras. The film, called The Last Days of Left Eye, was later released on VH1 in 2007. Number 3 played Kid's father in the original House Party, acted out by Robin Harris. Now, Robin was a stand-up comedian from Chicago who actually made a name for himself for his famous Bebe's Kids stories. And what's so crazy about Robin's transition is that in the middle of pre-production for Bebe's Kids and shooting for House Party was when he was actually found dead in his sleep from a heart attack. Now, the Bebe's Kids film would obviously become an animated feature, voiceovered by Faison Love, who stepped in for Robin, and his death would actually be written into the House Party script and referenced in both sequels. Number 4, who this is still shocking to all of us, Bernie Mac, who appeared in House Party 3 as Uncle Vester. See, House Party 3 was actually Bernie Mac's third film appearance, following his 92 Mo Money and 1993's Who's the Man. Bernie would of course go on to become one of the most beloved comedians in Hollywood with the help of King of Comedy Special and The Bernie Mac Show. Bernie would unfortunately die in 2009 after a years-long battle with sarcoidosis, which is a disease that leads to organ damage. He was only 50 years old when he transitioned. Number 5, believe it or not, happened last year when the world lost AJ Johnson. Now, AJ also had a history with House Party and played 2 roles in the film. Eazy-E Johnson in part 1 and Butcher in part 3. But we all know AJ is best known for his portrayal of Easel in Friday. Unfortunately, he was found unconscious in a convenience store in late 2021 and was later pronounced deceased. Apparently, he had suffered from multi-system organ failure from a chronic use of ethanol. Ooh. Number 6 on the list is Helen Martin, who was a TV and film icon who brought her beloved charm to several popular properties, including Beverly Hills Cops, The Wayans Brothers, and The Jamie Foxx Show. In addition, she made an appearance in House Party 2 as Mrs. Devers. Now, one thing about Miss Martin is she has been around in Hollywood for a long time, okay? Her first debut was in 1955, and her final one was in the 2000s with Something to Sing About. She would pass away that same year at age 90 from a heart attack. Number 7, Yvette Wilson, who made her debut in 1992 on In Living Color. Now, she would obviously film in Poetic Justice, but right before that, that's when she played Esther in House Party 3. Now, Yvette is most famous for her awesome roles inside of Moesha and The Parkers, but things slowed down a bit for her career shortly after. Apparently, she was suffering from kidney disease and struggled to afford her health care. Sadly, she would pass away in 2012 at just 48. Number 8, actor and comedian Reynaldo Rey, who featured in House Party 3 as Vita's father. He starred in White Man Can't Jump, Bebe's Kids, and Jackie's Bank before suffering a stroke in 2015 that claimed his life. He was 75. Number 9, Simply Marvelous, who was a beloved comedian in the 90s. She featured in Talking Dirty, After Dark, and A Get Together, but was most known for her scenes in House Party 3. She played opposite of Renelle Del Rey as Vita's mom. The Louisiana native passed away in her home state in 2018 at 64. And finally, number 10, everybody's favorite and never forgotten Pops, John Witherspoon. Now, John was most famous for playing Willie Jones in Friday and Granddad in The Boondocks, but he was also in the original House Party, where he played Mr. Strickland. John Witherspoon had an incredible career with many iconic roles before passing away in 2019 at age 77 from a heart attack. His last role was in 2020's Reality Queen. It's crazy to see so many legends gone, but now I'm wondering, will this new remake be as funny without them? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Until next time.